the Watergate Building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now here are Hotline editors Amy Walter and John Mercurio.
Welcome to Hotline TV, everyone. I'm John Mercurio.
And I'm Amy Walter. Well, we've been up all night crunching the numbers, and it's time for another edition of, wait for it, Poll Watch.
Nice.
All right, our new Diageo Hotline Iowa poll shows Huckabee with a big but shaky lead among likely Iowa caucus goers. The Huck leads Romney 36-23, with Giuliani picking up third at 12%. The Dem race, still a three-way tie. Obama and Clinton at 27%. Edwards a little bit behind at 22%. All right, so we got 2 weeks to go. John, what's going to happen? What do these numbers tell us?
You know what strikes me about these numbers the most? This is exactly where John Edwards was in 2003, heading into 2004. I'm starting to pick up this idea that Edwards actually could pull an upset. You're seeing more negative campaigning between Obama and Clinton, and I think it's a little bit of a cliche that the Iowa voters, recoil from negative campaigning, but I do think that by the end of this, you could see Obama and Clinton sort of sully each other enough that Edwards can come out of this and could actually win this race. I think I see the momentum with Obama, but I still see a very solid base of support for Edwards.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say to that.
Please, respond to that.
I will respond to that, which I think is a very interesting theory, and one in which you're starting to hear a lot from in Iowa, with people saying that perhaps there is something to Edwards. He's obviously got the infrastructure in place to take advantage of this.
Right.
This really means that it's all about get out the vote now. Whoever wins is the person who's able to get their supporters there. Right now, though, and this seems very different, in fact, I'd like to go back and check, but in 2004, the Dean and Gebhardt supporters weren't, I bet, as solid as the Obama-Clinton supporters are today. So that they have a stronger, they're starting from a stronger position. And only one more thing, which is the negative stuff may be going on in the free press. We've obviously seen it in New Hampshire with Billy Shaheen, et cetera. That's going to make its way to the Iowa voters, but not in direct advertising. I mean, if you've seen what's on TV right now, they're all playing nice. They're all trying to be inspirational. Hillary Clinton's with her mom and Chelsea. Obama's with his JJ speech. I mean, they're all playing nice. Yesterday, obviously, no fireworks there. So I don't know if it's enough, at least directly in in Iowa, for Edwards to take advantage of. But
I think, there's a couple of things. First of all, I think a lot will depend on the Register endorsement, which is going to come out on Sunday. If Edwards wins the endorsement again, I think you are going to see him sort of jump. But the Billy Shaheen / Obama drug use story, which I like to call it both, because frankly, it is a story about both. And as much as I think that Clinton's taking a lot of bad heat because of bad heat. That's an interesting expression. About
Sometimes you can have good heat.
About Shaheen being forced to resign. On the other hand, look, we're talking about Obama's drug use. It's not a new story, and he hasn't used drugs in 30 years, as far as I know. But it's still a conversation that a lot of these Iowa voters and New Hampshire voters who weren't tuned in when this story last surfaced several months ago are now saying, oh, I didn't know Obama used drugs. And, to a large extent, most of them are going to dismiss it, much like the press has, much like most of the voters have. There are, however, a few people who are asking themselves, wait, Obama used drugs? I didn't know that. That matters to me. It goes to his character, and it goes to the possibility that I might not vote for him. So I don't think it's a 100% negative story
just
for Clinton at this point.
Very interesting.
On the Republican side, look, I mean, poor Fred Thompson. He did a great performance during the debate, the Des Moines Register debate on Wednesday. Got a lot of positive reviews out of it, myself included. Falling now from 3rd to 4th place in Iowa. Poor Fred Thompson.
Yeah, and
that's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't register on anything. I mean, there's not even a path here. If we say, well, what if Huckabee and Romney collapse? I mean, neither of them are looking at a real strong base here that they're sitting on. But there's no room for Thompson.
But no, if Huckabee collapses, I think a lot of the Huckabee
theoretically would go to Thompson.
Would go to Thompson.
Absolutely.
So there's that possibility.
Theoretically.
And you're starting to see the possibility of a Huckabee collapse right now. You're seeing a lot of scrutiny, a different story every day. Today we find out that he signed a Baptist pledge that said that women should submit graciously to their husbands. Not something a lot of women in Iowa probably that interested in supporting him on. Although who knows? We'll see.
We will see. All right. Well,
All right. I've talked a lot. That's because I'm on a lot of cold medication right now. I hope you all have a really good weekend. That's all we have time for today.
And you're on enough cold medication to take my line. So anyway, Have a great,
No, that's your line.
great weekend. You already said a weekend.
Oh.
So now I'm going to say have a great weekend too. See you next time on Hotline TV. You really are loopy. Loopy.
I am loopy.